Punisher wakes up in a pool of blood, not knowing who he is or where he is. He is a body that has been shot in the occipital bone, the right deltoid, and the left vastus lateralis. He knows from the rate of coagulation, the swelling, and the lingering smell of sulfur that this gunfight happened within the past 10 minutes. He knows that the 9mm Uzi, which feels good and reassuring in his hand, has a 32-round magazine, and it's empty. All of this he knows, but not his name. He looks around and sees a lot of dead bodies, but to him, they mean no more than fish in a hold. He has lost more than a liter of blood, and he can feel his heart struggling in his fingertips and behind his eyes. The boat is burning and his lungs are choked with smoke. He should not linger, but he needs to understand why he's here. At a glance, he guesses the boat carries 500 5-pound bags of fentanyl powder. A blackness fills him, like a yawning grave. He almost passes out again, but that sound, that familiar sound, brings him back. It's the scream of consequences. What he does next is no different from yanking a hand away from a hot stove. Pure instinct. It's what he was built to do. He starts shooting at police boats. Their spotlights shatter, their hulls splinter. He doesn't aim to kill, but they do. So he runs. Not because he's afraid, but because he can't be captured or killed. He doesn't value his own life. He jumps off the boat into the water. The only thing that matters is the work he must do. The work of the blade and the bullet. He lives so that others may die. Meanwhile, at the First Reformed Church in Queens, New York, someone went in to confess. Father O'Connor takes his place in the confessional booth and asks, "How long has it been since your last confession?" The man replies, "Let's just say I'm new to this, but I've become deeply invested in this notion of sin. That's what I'm here to talk to you about, Father. Sin, and the complicated struggle to reconcile it with forgiveness and punishment. But let's not talk about me. Let's talk about you, Father O'Connor." As the man keeps talking, Father notices something beside him, a gun, left inside the confessional booth, a gift from the man across the screen. The voice continues, calm and steady. "For the past 20 years, you've been using your position within international charities to traffic men, women, and children into this city, my city. So you see, Father, I'm not here to atone for my sins. You are." The man is revealed to be the Kingpin. He then tells the father, "I've already delivered a portfolio of evidence to both the diocese and the NYPD. You'll be arrested first thing tomorrow. So now you understand the gun. Think of it as a kind of rosary, something to pray over, hoping for absolution." Later, police arrive to investigate the killings on the boat. They find burned victims. One officer recognizes a man, a guy he'd busted before, and says the victim used to run with Tombstone. They don't think the fire killed them. It's bullets to the head. A witness says it was dark and smoke was everywhere. He went to help, but ended up walking into a mass murder. The detective tells him, flatly, that next time he'd do better to expect the worst in people. The witness apologizes and says maybe the body cam footage will help. Detective leans in, "So we've got half a dozen corpses and several million in product in the hold, burned, soaked with fire retardant, ruined. You don't just get away with something like that. There's going to be retribution. And if we don't put a stop to it, we're going to be cleaning up quite a mess. Because anybody who knows anything knows you don't mess with Tombstone." The scene shifts to Tombstone. He tells his hostages that no one is walking out alive. His hostages are all hanging from the fish hooks. The best he can offer is a quick death, which is better than the alternative, that he picks them apart piece by piece. He chooses one guy and starts chopping him apart. There are 5 of them, reps from the 5 gangs most likely to mess with him, and all he needs is a name. He gets in the guy's face and asks, "Who killed my crew? Who destroyed my shipment? Who is making a move?" The next day, as an old woman is walking her dog, she finds Punisher washed up on shore, unconscious. Her dog rushes in and starts licking his face, which wakes him up. Immediately after waking, he throws up. The woman realizes the guy isn't dead and pulls out her phone to call for help, telling him he needs to go to the hospital. Punisher counters, saying, "No hospital and no phone. Take me to your house, now." He fills a bathtub and gets in. He tells the old lady to get him vodka, tweezers, a lighter, and needle and thread. She gets it all, and when she walks in, she finds him naked, full of scars. She realizes this isn't the first time he's been hurt and asks if he's a bad person and if she should be afraid. Then she says, "You know what? Don't answer that." She hands him the drink, saying, "Here, I don't drink the stuff, but it was my husband's." He immediately opens the bottle with his teeth and pours it down his throat and then onto his wounds. He tells the lady he's going to pass out, and when that happens, she needs to finish him up. He sterilizes the tweezers with fire and takes out a bullet. We then shift to Kingpin watching the police through a telescope. When you look out on the world from on high, you can't help but think it belongs to you. Isn't that right, City Councilwoman Ross? As he speaks, we see the woman with her back turned, sitting in a chair. He continues, "Maybe that's one of the reasons you thought it was okay to accept those bribes from the Russian state. New York City is one of the largest economies in the world, and you've been busy sucking at its teat, haven't you? Sucking and biting, thinking there'd be blood." As we finally see the other side of the woman, it's revealed that Kingpin forced her to drink some kind of acid, killing her. Kingpin makes a promise that New York won't be stained and compromised any longer. As we shift to see what Tombstone has done to his victims, Kingpin keeps talking. "I'm inspired. You see, divinely inspired. From the loftiest penthouse to the lowest subway platform, I'm going to clean up this city in a way I never could as mayor. I have my smooth tongue to do some of the work. Sometimes all it takes is a smartly phrased sentence to incite change. But I also have my blunt, cold instruments. And one of them just kicked off a gang war. It's always such a delight, seeing the trash take out the trash." We pick back up with Punisher, now awake in the bathroom. The old woman asks him what his name is. She says it's only right that he tells her since she let him into her home and helped him. Punisher looks down and says he doesn't know his name. The woman wonders aloud how a man cannot know his own name. "Guess that happens when you take a bullet to the brain. But you didn't get shot there." Punisher stares at her. "What are you talking about?" She replies, "You passed out, just like you said you would. I went to sew up your head, but it was already done. Somebody already fixed you up real good." Punisher suddenly screams in pain and collapses to the floor. We then cut to Kingpin, sitting at his computer. He mutters, "The Punisher's rested enough. It's time for him to get back to work." With a click, he presses Activate Punisher on the screen. Back in the bathroom, Punisher's eyes snap open. He turns to the old woman and says, "I need guns."